Okay, so here we go. 5 at 5. Plenty to talk about. Rohit Juglan, Shubhan Chakraborty, Devashish Sen will join us from Australia. But for the moment, the focus is on Champions Trophy, Border-Gavaskar Trophy. In the second half of the show, as will be Gukesh and Ding Liren. Gukesh playing with white pieces. Devashish Sen is telling me having dinner, join a little later. That's fine. That's okay. I will go to Shomik Chakraborty first and then Gargi. What we are hearing, ICC meeting postponed. BCCI has turned down PCB's request. Multiple boards in Dubai. What exactly went on? Shomik Chakraborty, tell us what is going on ground. Why was the meeting postponed? When is the meeting likely to happen? And what is the outcome that you are expecting? Shomik.
See, the thing is that today's meeting was called up even before it started. Uh, PCB remains steadfast about their demands that BCCI will have to reciprocate the hybrid model for the next 3 years. BCCI said nothing doing, and PCB has been told in no uncertain terms, see, we will wait until 7th of December. You come up, PCB then sought a little more time, and they have been told in no uncertain terms that, see, we can wait until 7th of December, not another day after that. You come up with a different formula. And I mean, this reciprocation of the hybrid model is not happening. You come up with a different formula, and we will see. But we cannot delay it any further. 7th is going to be the next meeting, and if you cannot come up with a different formula, and if you stick to your guns, then the proposal will be put to voting.
One second, hold on. I'm live. Is there a meeting or has there been a meeting between Jai and Mohsin Naqvi? Or is there a meeting that was likely to be held before this ICC meeting? Shomik, can you clarify? Because somebody from Pakistan, very senior journalist, is saying that there was. Give me some details.
Yes, they were supposed to meet on the sidelines. This is not related to the ICC board meeting. On the sidelines, Mohsin Naqvi and Jay Shah is scheduled to meet around 5 p.m. India time. Around 5 p.m. India time, there would be some we expect some some off the record negotiations that is on the agenda, and they are scheduled to meet around 5 p.m. India time. But then again, it has got nothing to do with the official ICC board meeting. This is completely on the sidelines on a one-on-one basis.
Yeah, Gargi, what we are getting is there could have been an informal chat, but BCCI has not conceded anything to PCB. There was a demand for a tri series is being reported. Nothing like that will be ever agreed by the BCCI. Nothing whatsoever. Whether there was a formal demand or not is also not sure. Number two, the final will have to be in Dubai, and BCCI is very clear about it. It will not be in Pakistan. So that whole idea that let the final be in Pakistan will not be agreed upon by the BCCI or the ICC or any of the board members. If you see, there is a photograph that is there. Jai Shah with the rest of the board members. Mohsin Naqvi is not part of that photograph. Mohsin Naqvi is not part of that photograph which is doing the rounds, by the way. There is Jai Shah, there are other board members in that photograph, but not Mohsin Naqvi. What I am told is apparently Naqvi has said to a few of the Pakistani journalists that he will give them some good news on Saturday. We don't know what good news that is. But this is what we are getting from the ICC, that 7th, which is day after tomorrow, things should get clarified. If you ask me, Gargi, what Pakistan will get is the hybrid model. That's it. Accept it or leave it. Whether or not they will get anything else, yes, they will get more money. They will say, because we are losing 5 games, give us more money. Give us more money because we are losing 5 games and you are moving the games here, there. Can you give us more money to compensate? If that happens, they'll give it to them. So ICC will have absolutely no problems in giving them a little bit more money. But anything else, Tri Series, X Series, Y Series, finals in Pakistan, nothing of the sort will be agreed upon by the BCCI. Gargi, your thoughts on this is what I am getting. Shomik can add whatever he's got more.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense because PCB is sort of going overboard with the demands that they're making. Because this is not something I'm failing to understand why PCB thinks it's okay to make those sort of demands. Because at this point, BCCI is not doing this just for fun. They're not sending India because they don't want to. That's not the case. They all see, we all want what's best for the sport, we all want what's best for cricket, and I'm sure the players themselves have no problem in wanting to go to Pakistan, but there is a serious threat to their security, and that is something you can't just not take into consideration. But there's Mama joining us. What are you drinking, Mama? I'll get back to my point, but
Mango lassi, mango lassi.
wow.
ও তো জীবন হয় না কেন রে? তোর মতো জীবন হওয়া দরকার। ম্যাঙ্গো লাসি, mood, walk in Adelaide, stroll, evening stroll in complete relaxed mood. Look at this guy. He's wearing a beautiful shirt. Wonderful. Anyway, Gargi, your point before
Yes.
I go to Devashish on the points as well.
Okay, yes. So the point I was making was, on one hand, you have BCCI who's making these demands of not wanting to go to Pakistan because there are serious geopolitical tensions, there are serious terror threats, there are serious security threats. But on the other hand, you're seeing PCB making all these demands because they haven't got their way. So that's how I look at this situation, which is, I don't understand what PCB is trying to do here, because they have no leverage in this situation. No leverage at all.
Shomik, why was the meeting postponed? Why more time? Why 48 hours more? Ye to that Sunny Deol Tariq pe Tariq kind of nonsense. Anwar Ali case and ICC, same thing. Tariq pe Tariq, Tariq pe Tariq. Why is this happening?
No, the thing is that, I mean, Pakistan has been searching for a face-saving formula, and they one on and that informal one-on-one meeting between Jay Shah and Mohsin Naqvi. What I am told that he will request that we need a face-saving formula that we can. I mean, uh, we have. I mean, we have shown a lot of bravado. We have done a lot of posturing. Now we cannot. I mean, if we leave tail behind our leg, then that would be a complete face loss. So please give us something which could be face saving. But BCCI is not going to, as we have already mentioned, what the reciprocation of hybrid model, tri series, X series, Y series, nothing doing. The revenue demand, I mean the added revenue thing, that is under consideration. But and also, I mean, what I have been told that not only the final, the two semi-finals that they are also asking to be held in Dubai. So it's basically a 9+6 model, not 10+5.
Devashish, what we are hearing is on Saturday things will get finalized. We are hearing the finals will be in Dubai. Shomik says semi-finals. We are told hybrid model is finalized. Take it or leave it. They will take it. And now it's no longer take it or leave it. It's take it. They will take it. They will get some additional money. The one question which I think they will say is 2026 will also be hybrid, but it was always hybrid. So the tournament was India and Sri Lanka. So go play in Sri Lanka. That is the only thing that they might now say that, oh, you know what, 2026 Sri Lanka, let that be hybrid. Will India push that case and say, no, you have to come and play in India? We've got to see. But if that is the only concession they might ask, the space saving formula that Shomik is talking about could be that please agree that we play our games in Sri Lanka in 2026. We will go and announce to the world we've got our hybrid model. Nothing else will be accepted. Tri series, etc., is all rubbish. They will get nothing. No tri series, nothing. There will be nothing else that the BCCI will concede. And Naqvi has told people that in Pakistan, from what I know, the Pakistani sources are saying that he will give them some news on Saturday, some good news on Saturday. This could be the only good news. BCCI will give nothing otherwise to the Pakistan Cricket Board. Devashish, where do you stand on this?
I totally agree with what you said, Boria. That means obviously Pakistan have no other, PCB has no other options but to mm, um, um, uh, give in to the obviously the options of going by hybrid model. So and talking about the 2026 tournament, obviously the tournament is being staged in Sri Lanka, so it is itself in a hybrid model. So go and play your matches in Sri Lanka, and that's it. You don't have to come to India to participate in the tournament. Go and play your matches in Sri Lanka, and that might be the only solution. So I don't think with all this talk, I think. But Boryada, I have a question. Why was this meeting not solution did not come out? Why did the meeting got postponed today? Shomita, any update? Why the meeting got postponed today?
So
Shomik,
Devashish,
bolo.
that is because Pakistan PCB asked for a little more time. They asked for a little more time when they were categorically told it's a hybrid model, and we are not going to reciprocate your demand for a hybrid model for the future ICC events in India. Then PCB said, give us a little more time, and they were categorically told, see, we don't have more time. It's sort of 2 months. The Champions Trophy is sort of just 2 months away. You come up with whatever you have by 7th of December. Unless you are coming up with anything that is acceptable to us by 7th of December, the entire proposal will go to voting, and where you will lose badly.
Shubhan, what Shomik just reported, what we've reported, meeting moved to 7th. Pakistan media is now trying to spread this news that there was an off-camera meeting between Jai Shah and Mohsin Naqvi. Apparently, Naqvi has told reporters in Pakistan and some of his close people that we will give you a good news on 7th. Clearly, there was no this thing of a tri-series. Nothing like that will happen. Clearly, there is nothing more than extra money. All they are now saying is BCCI, Pakistan sources, that BCCI has agreed to the 3 years of the hybrid model. What is this that you are hearing? Where does this matter stand? From what I know, PCB will get no concession. They'll have to agree to something. Clearly, these are drunkards of Adelaide. There are people everywhere. Shubhan and Rohit are strolling at night, and people who are completely drunk.
I am not strolling. I went to have my dinner. I came to have my dinner, but looks like the shop will also close in 5 minutes.
We'll quickly answer.
I'll join back. Yes. So just I'll give a quick update on what has happened. Nothing like this has transpired in the meeting. No off-camera meeting, and there's no scope of any off-camera or off-record meeting. The message, as Shomikda said, is very clear that we have proposed you guys what we can do, and that is the final thing. And you have to agree. Either you agree or it will go in voting. If it goes to the voting phase, you know what the result will be. And there's no scope, nothing, no talks about tri-series, no talks about the Pakistan team not coming to India for any future matches in the next 3-year cycle, be it the 25 Women's World Cup, 26. There's a Asia Cup also in between, which is to be hosted by India. So there's no scope of it. The good news which PCB's Mohsin Naqvi is talking about, that he might become the next ACC president now that the post is vacant, and that it is Pakistan's turn to have a representative as the chair of the ACC. So that is the good news that he can maximum talk about, and the Pakistani journalists will play it up as something very big. But we all know that which board takes the majority of call when it comes to Asian cricket and world cricket, and they will have to bow down in front of the demands or the requests put up by ICC. They have no other option rather than to accept it. Even if they don't, then it will go to voting, and you know the clear winner who it will be. Boryada.
Shubhan, you can please
know, Mohsin Naqvi. Shubhan, Mohsin Naqvi in all likelihood is going to be the next ACC chair, but he is going to be the most lame duck chairman of ACC. In the history of ACC, he is going to be the most lame duck chairman in the history of ACC.
He's just there to. He will be just there to put his signature on the official papers. Nothing else. He will have no say. He'll be as powerless as anyone can get. And yes, it will just be a post with which he can just brag about to the Pakistani media and how he has brought a PCB representative in the ACC chair post.
Shubhan, if you are more than welcome, please, to go and have your dinner.
Thank you. I'll join back.
Yeah, you join back. Rohit, what is the update that you are getting?
Yes, Boryada, exactly. I was having a word with a source, and it was about an hour ago, and they were constantly saying me that we are trying to discuss on three things. As Pakistan Cricket Board, they were trying to put three things. The three things obviously we already discussed. There were some points that this is offered by ICC also, that if you see the gate money part, ICC is trying to convince Pakistan Cricket Board that the revenue part you'll not be in any kind of loss. So if it is 1.5 billion as per the estimation which we did, if the tournament has to be in Pakistan, then the gate money estimate was somewhere around 1.5 million dollars. So if that's the case, then let's increase it to somewhere around 2 to 3. Let's give you that also. And one another counterpoint from the ICC was that we can discuss, not will give you, but we can discuss on the revenue part. It's not very much clear that whether they want to give it to the Pakistan Cricket Board, whether the PCB agreed on that or not, because PCB continuously only trying to put one point, and that's hybrid to hybrid. They means what I am getting through my sources, that PCB chairman only wants hybrid to hybrid, and if that happens, he will consider that a win for Pakistan Cricket Board, because he was constantly saying that give me something substantial, so I can go back to Pakistan and put things in perspective, that whatever I was saying, look, I have done at least this much. Currently, if you give him that 1% if in revenue share, then you have to think of this, that if you are giving one extra percent, if you are giving to 1% to Pakistan, then from whose revenue you are cutting it down? Are you cutting it down from the Pakistan Indian from the BCCI's revenue? Are you cutting it down from ECB's revenue or Cricket Australia revenue? If you are getting 1% to Pakistan, whose revenue you are cutting down? So that's one part of it. And the other part is obviously they are constantly asking for that 3 tournaments, hybrid to hybrid. That was obviously, as we were discussing here in the Hindi live, Shubhanda and me, that those tournaments were women's obviously World Cup next year in India, where Pakistan women's team have to qualify. Till now they are not direct qualifiers, they are not in a position to directly qualify, so they have to play the qualifiers and come to that World Cup. And after that, yes, the Asia Cup part was there, and obviously 2026 part was there. So currently, I was having a word, still now I'm having a word with someone, that what are the main reasons why the meeting postponed for 7th, and what were the cases, what's that Pakistan want from this meeting, and what happened in the broadcasters meeting which happened in the afternoon, and what were the points you are still discussing on as far as the meeting on 7th is concerned.
Shomik, the hybrid model, the hybrid to hybrid that Rohit is talking about, 2026 was always on a hybrid model with India and Sri Lanka. What is this hybrid to hybrid that
Boreda floating final? They are not saying anything on the league matches. They are saying they are putting this new term, floating final. There will be a floating final, yeah.
So basically, only the final is the victory. I mean,
yes, they are trying to put this as a floating final model. Floating final means that if it is happening in India, and if we are there in the final, we won't allow India to host the final if Pakistan is in final. So it can be float to a neutral country, like what we are saying right now. That hybrid model, if India reaches to the final, then it will happen in Dubai. So there is this new term called the floating final model from Pakistan. They want this. They want an agreement on this thing.
Shomik, your take on that before I go to Gargi on floating final. Devashish's face says it all. It is like after he's had his lassi. Look at his face. Complete contentment.
What sort of term are we getting now? Now a term comes, floating final.
Twitter, you don't have your wine. You don't drink. Otherwise, I would have said you are floating in Dubai.
না না, পাকিস্তানের এই থেকে তো আমার নেশার মতন ব্যাপার হচ্ছে।
ও বাবা,
পাকিস্তান ক্রিকেট বোর্ডের এইসব শুনে মানে
wine or champagne is saying he's getting inebriated. Shomik, tell me, what is this floating final concept? Where do you stand? Is there a possibility of this hybrid to hybrid? Where is this going? Actually, on ground, where is this going? Between you and Rohit, you've been following this story closely. So am I. But where is this going before I go to Gargi?
it is going to a hybrid model on India BCCI's terms. As simple as that. This floating final is, we saw a moment in Bangalore in 2017, right? This is a cricket administrative equivalent of that. This floating final is logistically implausible, and this is not happening. India are not going to accept any of this thing. BCCI is not going to accept any of this thing. And PCB, what I am told, has been PCB has been informed about this in no uncertain terms, that see, what you have been demanding is we are not going to accept. Now you come up with something. If you want to come up with something different, which can be considered as a workable solution, please come up with that in a couple of days, else we are taking this to voting. This floating final, whatever it is, this is, I mean, BCCI is not going to accept. And as far as where the Champions Trophy is heading, it's heading towards a hybrid model on BCCI's terms.
So, Gargi, what I have got, you've just heard our reporters. What I have got is the final is in Dubai. One of the semi-finals will be in Dubai. India will not play a single game in Pakistan. The tournament will be on a hybrid. It's 10-5. That's what I've heard. Take it or leave it on the table, and that's it. End of story. That's where, and yes, what Rohit Juglan said is right. If there is more money in terms of gate money, take that. If you say that because of 5 games moving out of Pakistan, we are losing X amount, tell us what you are losing and take that money. That is what the ICC is putting on the table as far as Pakistan is concerned. After this, if PCB is unwilling to accept this, the matter will be put to vote. And if the matter is put to vote, it is 1 against 14. It's 1 against 15 if the full members, and if it's the Champions Trophy, it's 1 against 8. 7. That's what it is. So it's a 7-1 route or a 14-15-1 route in the ICC's boardroom. Now, where is the face saver of Mohsin Naqvi coming from is the $1 million question that they will have to work out in the next 48 hours. What is that face saver that Mohsin Naqvi will take back to his people in Pakistan and say, oh, you know what, I did not lose. I did not bow down. I did negotiate. I negotiated and I've got this. Now, clearly there will be semantics. Clearly there will be a lot of drama. There will be a lot of false bravado on show. But the moot point is it will be a hybrid model on BCCI's terms, and ICC will accept that. That's what we are getting. Question here, Gargi. Now, Sana Mir today, I had sent you guys the clip. Sana Mir on a show today. Do you have that? Do you have that? Can you play that? I want you to give credit to whichever Pakistan television. I want all my guests to listen to this. Play that clip, Gargi.
Just a second. Okay, here we go.
तो बड़े अफसोस से मुझे ये बात बतानी पड़ रही है कि बड़ा हमने पीसीबी को सराहा था, बड़ी हमने पीसीबी की तारीफ की थी इस खाली एस्पेक्ट के ऊपर कि वुमेन्स के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को 3 गुना बढ़ा दिया गया है। जब रियलिटी आई है 5 महीने हो चुके हैं, लड़कियों को 1 रुपया भी नहीं मिला। जुलाई से लेके अब तक कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स नहीं मिले, और जब अब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स फाइनली ऑफर हुए हैं वो सेम टू सेम जो पिछला कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था उसी को रेप्लिकेट कर दिया गया है, और डेली अलाउंस उनको कैंप में कोई भी नहीं मिल रहा। जहां हम इतना पैसा खर्च कर रहे हैं, मैं फिर बात करूंगी, हम मेंटोर्स को इतना पैसा दे रहे हैं, हम स्टेडियम्स पे इतना पैसा लगा रहे हैं, महंगाई कहां से कहां चली गई है, बाकी वुमेन्स टीम की सैलरीज कहां से कहां चली गई हैं। आपके अंडर-19 शायद हमारी पाकिस्तान की लड़कियों से ज़्यादा पैसे ले रहे हैं, आप वुमेन्स टीम को कैसे ट्रीट कर रहे हैं? तो ये बहुत ही अफसोस से मुझे आज
So Devashish Sen, you have not even paid your women cricketers for the last 5 months. You have lied to them that you will increase their salaries and everything. You have not done in reality. What kind of a board are you, and how on earth does anyone trust any person in that Pakistan cricket board? This is Sana Mir, perhaps the most illustrious woman cricketer coming out of Pakistan, on public television, talking about her own board that they haven't been paid for the last 5-6 months. Devashish Sen.
This is the clear picture of Pakistan cricket board, means not treat its women cricketers like the way they have not been paid as Sana Mir, means one of the respected women's cricketers. Means how can you not pay your cricketer when you commit them? When you commit them that your contract will be raised, and then not getting them paid for last 5 months. How can you expect? I mean, this is the treatment you give to your women's cricketers who play for the country and give their sweat and blood. So just Pakistan Cricket Board officials cannot be believed. Okay, they cannot be trusted with. So and that is what has happened. And all this bluff game has been going on for the last 2 months, and Pakistan media clippings, fewer XYZ Pakistan YouTubers and media cribbing about the Pakistan Cricket Board. I mean, this is symbolic to say the least, that your women's cricketers who represent the country, and they were being told that they would be that their contract will be raised, and then this is what we hear from the and this is read by none other than PTV News, the national broadcasters of Pakistan. So so this is what is happening, and so Pakistani people just wake up and don't just believe in your Pakistan Cricket Board. The player, the hierarchy, or whoever is really running the show should not be trusted with. So let good sense prevail, and let PCB accept the hybrid model and do whatever that has been told by ICC.
Gargi, if I say that next year Pakistan, when they say to India, if they do, that we will not send our women's team, it is because they don't care for the women's team. They anyway don't pay for the girls. They don't give them hikes. They don't pay them salaries. They promise them and lie. They are outright liars. If they don't send their women's team, it is because they don't care for their women's team. So they go to hell. That is their attitude towards their girls. That is their attitude towards their women. And they will use the girls as pawns and say, look, this is bravado. In effect, they will make victims out of these girls who deserve to be paid. And exactly what Sana Mir said, this is the reality of Pakistan Cricket Board, Gargi.
No, I was just about to say this, that not only are they not paying their women's cricketers, but also they're also using them as pawns for whatever schemes they have, for whatever. They don't have leverage at this point. I don't know what their arguments are based on. I don't know what their demands are based on, because PCB has no leverage in this back and forth, in this discourse. They have no leverage, none at all. And on top of that, they're saying that we'll not send our women's cricketers to India for the World Cup. This is not even a bilateral or a tri-series. This is a World Cup. This is one of the best things that can happen to your women's team. If you truly care about women's cricket, if you truly care about the development of women's cricket in your country, you will send the women's team for the World Cup. You will not use them to whatever this political tactic is of not sending them to India just because the Indian team did not go for the Champions Trophy. It makes no sense. And now you say that you'll not only not pay them, but you'll also take away the biggest opportunities that these girls can have in their careers.
रोहित, ये क्या बात हो यार? 5 साल 5 महीना पैसा नहीं दोगे, 6 महीना पैसा नहीं दोगे, फिर उसके बाद झूठ बोलोगे, आप बोलोगे हाइक दे दूंगा, उसके बाद वो भी नहीं दोगे, फिर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जब आएगा सेम पैसा. सो अगर आपका सबसे बड़ा खिलाड़ी ये पब्लिक टीवी में कह सकता है, तो मोहसिन नकवी या बाकी पीसीबी वाले को कौन बिलीव करेगा? कैसे बिलीव करेगा? ये तो पब्लिक टेलीविजन में बोला जा रहा है अबाउट पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड. रोहित,
ऑब्वियसली बोल रहा था, ये तो मतलब इससे बड़ा इस समय पे मतलब पब्लिक शेमिंग क्या हो सकती है, चाहे वो मोहसिन नकवी हो, चाहे एस्टैब्लिशमेंट को लेकर के अगर हम बात भी करें, इस समय पर मतलब ये चीज का सामने निकल कर आना, जैसे हमने मल्टीपल पहले भी बोला था ना कि श्रीलंका टीम का अगर वो ये कह रही है कि सिक्योरिटी रीजंस की वजह से वो उनकी ए टीम पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पाएगी, या जो उनके मेन जो डी चौक एरियाज में जो हो रहा है वो चीज इस वक्त पर पाकिस्तान के लिए सबसे बुरी है. तो ये जो सना मीर का जो स्टेटमेंट आया है, आई थिंक ये वही चीजें हैं जिसको लेकर के पाकिस्तान अपने आप को कितना बचा सकता है और कितना डिफेम होने से रोक सकता है. वो अगर कहीं उनके पास कोई एक गुंजाइश थी तो वो इस चीज से खत्म हो जाती है, क्योंकि आपकी अगर विमेन्स टीम के लोग ये कह रहे हैं, उनको लेकर के इस तरीके से स्टेटमेंट्स आ रहे हैं, पहले आपने पैसा नहीं दिया, जब आपने रिफ्रेश किया तो वो पैसा बढ़ा हुआ नहीं था, तो मतलब ये तो एक शर्म वाली बात है. इसके बाद आप अपने फाइनेंशियल मॉडल, अगर आप ये कह रहे हो कि नहीं जी 100 करोड़ को हम तो लात मार देंगे, नहीं जी हम तो $70 मिलियन को लात मार देंगे, तो वो फिर आपको बताता है ना, ये कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी चीजें है ना फिर, कि आप 10 करोड़ रुपए तो बढ़ा नहीं पा रहे हो, 10-15 करोड़ की छोटी छोटी ट्रांजेक्शन तो आप कर नहीं पा रहे हो, और आप बोल रहे हो जी $70 मिलियन को जो है वो लात मार देंगे हम, और हम अपनी हेकड़ी भी दिखाएंगे. तो ये बताता है कि पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड की इस समय की वास्तविक स्थिति क्या है, वो कहाँ खड़े हैं और वो क्या कर सकते हैं और क्या नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो आई थिंक ये दिस मेक्स इट वेरी क्लियर बोरियादा कि उनकी स्टैंडिंग्स इस समय पर क्या है.
Rohit, I'll let you go. You and Devashish, if you want to, because it's been a long day for both of you, and tomorrow's the start of the test match. So both of you can take leave if you want. Please do. Go get some rest because it will start in the morning, rather your afternoon time, India. India time around 9 o'clock. So 8:30 we will go live with our live show in the morning. So both Rohit and Devashish from Adelaide and Shubhan, thank you very much for joining. Gargi, Shomik, and I will continue for a little bit more. But thank you both. Thank you both for joining from Adelaide.
Thank you, Boryada. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Good night. If this is the reality, Shomik, about women's cricket in Pakistan, if you are not even being able to, Gargi, let Rohit go. Let Rohit go.
No,
Rohit,
I'll be saying, Boryada, I'll be saying, no problem.
Oh, first class, even better, even better. Shomik, if this is the reality, of Pakistan, I mean, you are not able to pay. जो रोहित ने कहा कि 10 करोड़ रुपए आप नहीं दे पा रहे हो, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आप हाइक जो बोल रहे हो वो नहीं दे पा रहे हो. ये अगर आपका रियलिटी है, what are you talking about here? What are you talking about? We don't need $70 million. We will be able to manage. Which world do you live in? I mean, you are completely deranged. You must be living in some world where it's a make-believe world where you have $70 million in your kitty to throw it away. What are you talking about? Do PCB have a standing to even negotiate, Shobhik Chakraborty?
And it's so unfortunate. I mean, Sana Mir, on public platforms saying this, and you got to feel for their cricketers. They are not part of any politics. They are cricketers. You got to feel for Sana Mir and her teammates. Basically, they are not getting their salaries for 4-5 months. So, and see, the biggest problem with the Pakistan Cricket Board at this juncture is that Pakistan cricket, their PCB chiefs have always been political appointees. Their prime minister is the patron in chief of Pakistan cricket. But what happened before that people not directly connected to politics came and took charge of Pakistan cricket. That means PCB. But this time a sitting minister, this time a sitting minister is helming the Pakistan Cricket Board, and his arrogance, his false arrogance, his he is towing the political line, and his false arrogance, his false bravado, that is hurting PCB, Pakistan cricket. They should be ashamed that their women's cricketers haven't received a penny for the last 4 months. And as Sarani said, महंगाई कहां से कहां चला गया, and the other boards, how much they are giving their women's cricketers, we are not getting anything. And even if we are being offered a new contract, that was on similar terms that we had in the previous contracts. So this is clearly reeks of double standards, and this just shows Pakistan Cricket Board gives a hoot about their women's cricketers.
Gargi, there's a super chat. Why don't you take that? There's one before this, I think. Take a super
Can I
chat.
give one update?
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
तो जो मीटिंग खत्म हुई है उसके बाद ये दो चीजें सामने निकल कर आई हैं. अब जो 7 तारीख को मीटिंग होगी उसके 2 आउटकम हो सकते हैं. वही जो गिवन आउटकम्स हैं, या तो मीटिंग ये कॉल करने के लिए बुलाई जाएगी कि तीनों पार्टीज एग्री हो गई है किसी एक चीज पर, वो बीसीसीआई है, वो पीसीबी है, एंड वो आईसीसी है. अगर ऐसा नहीं होता है तो दो फाइनल 7 तारीख की सिचुएशन है वो डेडलॉक पर खत्म हो रही है, और उस पर फिर वोटिंग होगी, और जहां पर पाकिस्तान को 1 या 2 मैक्सिमम वोट मिल जाएंगे. इसके अलावा पाकिस्तान के हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. सो अगर वो वोटिंग वाली सिचुएशन आती है तो पाकिस्तान उन चीजों से भी जाएगा जो शायद आईसीसी उसको कमिट कर रही होगी जब ये तीनों पार्टीज आपस में बैठ रही हैं, बीसीसीआई, पीसीबी एंड आईसीसी. अगर इसके अलावा डेडलॉक सिचुएशन पे चीजें जाती हैं तो फिर पाकिस्तान उन चीजों से भी हाथ धो बैठेगा जो चीजें, अगर सपोज जो हम गेट मनी को लेकर के बोल रहे हैं या हम रेवेन्यू शेयरिंग मॉडल को लेकर के बोल रहे हैं, फॉरगेट अबाउट हाइब्रिड टू हाइब्रिड, बट ये दोनों सिचुएशंस में कुछ अगर मिल पाएगा तो वो सिर्फ ये तीनों पार्टीज की मीटिंग में अगर कुछ रेजोल्यूशन निकल गया तो ठीक है. अदरवाइज अगर डेडलॉक सिचुएशन पे वोटिंग होती है तो पाकिस्तान को कुछ भी नहीं मिलने वाला है. दे हैव टू आइदर एक्सेप्ट द हाइब्रिड मॉडल या फिर अपने आप को बाहर कर दें इस चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी की रेस से.
So clearly, Shomik, from what Gargi, both of you, Gargi, you take this. Clearly, Rohit जो update दे रहा है, time is running out for PCB. Time is now running out. So obstinacy and pushing it to voting, where they will lose by an overwhelming majority, could just mean they lose everything, including that extra money, including whatever was being given, including the extra concessions. Now PCB is actually in a spot, whether to take it or to leave it. If they don't, they are in a spot. Gargi?
Absolutely, and like I said, their arguments really have no leverage in here. BCCI gave very reasonable reasons as to what was happening, why India was not traveling. The government stepped in. What does PCB have to say? They are doing nothing but setting these demands that are there. And is Rohit okay? Okay. Yeah, they might be asking him about the life. Anyway, back to PCB. And yeah, I think Titus here is also saying a similar thing, that India should set clear targets for Pakistan. Or should Pakistan meet these conditions to host us without actionable steps? The situation risks becoming a perpetual stalemate. No, boss, India is never going there. India is never going there. So there are no clear targets, nothing. India is not going. That's the end of the discussion here. And in this discussion, because the government has now stepped in, because the External Affairs Ministry has sent a letter to the ICC stating security reasons for India not going there, there's nothing that PCB can do. And these demands that they're posing, these demands that they're putting forward, have no leverage in this argument. I don't know why they're doing this.
There's another super chat, Gargi. Can you take that? I think it's from, yeah. As cricket fan, how this sport can grow if ICC and its members favor one team only because of financial gains. As Indian, I'm saying this, ICC should be like FIFA. I think you're saying that why is ICC favoring India? Am I getting it right? Navdeep Singh Bajaj, if you're saying that ICC is favoring India, that's my assumption. That's what you're saying. There's a very clear cut answer. I would wait for you to just clarify that, because I don't want to answer without understanding what you're saying. I'll take a question with Shomik. Why don't you answer me? Just write in the comment section. Just write in the comment section if that is what you mean, that ICC is favoring India. Is that what you're trying to imply? Shomik, take this. Cancel Champions Trophy. Money making joke tournament World Cup is enough. What use of Champions Trophy views, please? Shomik.
See, the fact of the matter is that the entire dynamics as far as cricket and football are different. First of all, football is a truly global sport wherein not a single country contribute to the 75% of its revenue. Without Indian revenue, without Indian sponsorship, cricket will not survive. India contributes to 75% of ICC's revenue, and in turn, BCCI even could have asked for 50% of its revenue share, but they are taking 38.6%. The fact of the matter is that different sport has different dynamics. You cannot compare football with cricket or American football with NBA. They have dynamics. So, as things stand, India contributes the most to the growth of the game globally, not just in India, globally. All the revenue that is going to the ICC, ICC's youth development program, ICC's tournaments, associates, so many countries are now part of the ICC fold. I think 107 countries. They play associate tournaments, and the majority of that money is coming from India, and that is contributing to the growth of the game. So you have to acknowledge that. That is number one. Number two, as regards to the take it or leave it, since the meeting on Friday, the week previously, we have been writing, we have been saying this constantly, that either you take it or you leave it. I mean, this ICC has shown enough patience. It's now on the verge of running over, and that's why that 7th December deadline has been given to the PCB.
Navdeep Singh Bajaj, I'm talking about India. You said once no, once yes. I'm thinking that that's your final answer. I'm talking about India. If you are talking about India, then let me give you the answer fair and square. The reason ICC is listening to India is one, because it's a fair demand. Pakistan is not a secure country. The reason the other boards have no compulsion of listening to India. One would expect the other boards will know what they're talking about, and the ground reality is they know that the Indian demand is fair. Terrorist attacks are a reality in Pakistan. Terrorist attacks are a reality in Pakistan even 10 days back. You have seen what is going on in Pakistan, in Rawalpindi, in Karachi, in some of the other countries. You have seen a national cricketer sitting on a public platform and saying, Bhai paas mein rehte hai. And who is he talking about? We all know who that Bhai is. He's talking about an internationally, wanted criminal who is residing there. He says, Bhai paas mein rehte hai. This is the country we are talking about. This is the country we are talking about where the Indian cricket team cannot travel. So the question of ICC favoring India doesn't arise. Now, two, the geopolitical reality is it is Indian money that controls the ICC. The geopolitical reality is NBC still gets way more share because American money to a degree controls the Olympic Games. The geopolitical reality for cricket is 70 to 80% of the Indian market, Indian money controls the ICC, and that is a fact. BCCI doesn't need ICC. The IPL gives it enough money. No Pakistan players play. So you don't have any dependence on Pakistan players whatsoever. They can go to hell. BCCI independently has enough and more money. So from the standpoint of the ICC, they know which is the country which is fair, which is the country which is rational, and which is the country they have to please. Other boards, England and Australia know that because of an India series, they stand to make more money. England and Australia know this is the only country they will play 5 test match series with. So the writing on the wall is very clear. This is the geopolitical reality of cricket. Accept it, because if you live in a fool's paradise, which PCB is, unfortunately, nothing will work for them. I hope you've got your answer. Rohit Jugla, final 10 minutes on the show. What is likely on the 7th? PCB को कुछ कंसेशन मिलने वाला है, नहीं मिलने वाला ये फेस सेविंग फॉर्मूला जो वो कह रहे हैं, क्या मोहसिन नकवी को कुछ भी मिलेगा जहां से वो बोल सकेंगे कि मुझे फेस सेवन मिला, या कुछ भी नहीं मिलने वाला? How does Pakistan in the next 48 hours come up with a formula which is a face saver? Because I don't see anything.
बोलेगा वही चीज है, वो उन्होंने ही तय करना है, वो उनको ही तय करना है कि उनको कुछ लेकर जाना है या उनको कुछ लेकर जाना नहीं है. अगर वो मान जाते हैं, जो क्लोज क्वार्टर्स में मीटिंग होगी जिसमें बीसीसीआई होगा, जिसमें आईसीसी होगा, जिसमें पीसीबी होगा, अगर इन तीनों के बीच जो एक जिसको ऑब्वियसली मिस्टर जय शाह विल होल्ड द की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि भाई क्या हम लोग दे सकते हैं और क्या हम लोग नहीं दे सकते हैं, बिल्कुल भी क्या यस है, क्या नो है और क्या एब्सोल्यूट नो है. मतलब नो वाला मैं वो पॉइंट बोल रहा हूँ जहां पे आप डिस्कशंस कर सकते हो कि ये हो सकता है, ये नहीं हो सकता है. यस, अगर आप रेवेन्यू शेयरिंग मॉडल मांग रहे हो, वी कैन टॉक ऑन दिस कि भाई क्या कितना. अगर आप गेट मनी मांग रहे हो, वी कैन एब्सोल्युटली गिव यू द गेट मनी. तुम्हें गेट मनी रखना है, तुम्हें कुछ पैसा और चाहिए, वो तुम रख लो. बट अगर तुम ये कह रहे हो, अगर हमें इंडियन टीम की सिक्योरिटी इस बात पे मिल रही है कि हमें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करोड़ ऑफ रुपीस पाकिस्तान को देने पड़ रहे हैं, वी कैन इजीली गिव इट टू देम. हमारे खिलाड़ियों की एक खिलाड़ी की जान और उनकी सिक्योरिटी का जो खतरा है, उससे वो उन सब पैसों से बहुत ऊपर है. दिस मिस्टर जयशाह नोज कि भाई क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है. तो अगर वो कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करोड़ देने से इस सारी चीज का जो है वो एक सोल्यूशन मिल जाता है इजी एंड आउट, तो वो देने के लिए तैयार है. जिसको मोहसिन नकवी को पता है कि वो अपने देश के सामने जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाएंगे. इसका मतलब यही जाएगा कि पाकिस्तान बिक चुका है आईसीसी के सामने. ये लोग ये चीज हजम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. इन लोगों को हजम यही चीज होगी कि अगर हम आई टू एन आई करें, हाइब्रिड फॉर एन हाइब्रिड, ये इनको जो है मतलब इनके जो, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली वो पॉलिटिकली इस बात को कहकर आए ना. अगर वो एक क्रिकेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर होते तो शायद वो इस बात का बड़ा जोर ना होता उनके ऊपर, जो नजम सिटी के केस में हुआ था. नजम सिटी वाज नॉट पॉलिटिकली इंक्लाइंड, तो वो पॉलिटिकली इंक्लाइंड नहीं थे, तो उन्होंने ये करा कि अगर कुछ नहीं हो पा रहा है तो लेट मी डू द हाइब्रिड. अगर वो कहते हैं ना, हिंदी में कहते हैं भागते भूत की लंगोटी ही सही, कुछ तो मिल गया हाथ में, कुछ तो आ गया, तो वो चीज कहीं ना कहीं उनके पास हो जाती. बट बिकॉज मोहसिन नकवी इज पॉलिटिकली अ वेरी इंक्लाइंड मैन, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि अगर वो सिर्फ ये पैसा लेकर जाते हैं तो दे विल प्रोजेक्ट इट एज, जो वहां पे जो काउंटर जो गवर्नमेंट है, जो पीटीआई है, तहरीक इंसाफ है, उससे जो जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, जो क्रिटिकल जर्नलिस्ट हैं, शाहिद हाशमी भाई जैसे लोग हैं, वो यही कहेंगे कि भाई आपने तो फिर क्यों दिए इतने बड़े स्टेटमेंट, आप तो बिक कर आ गए ना. आपको इंडिया ने बोला कि ये लो जी 50 करोड़ और ले लो, 100 करोड़ और ले लो, आप बिक कर आ गए. मतलब कल के दिन आपको कोई ये बोलेगा कि 200 करोड़ ले लो, तो आप बोलोगे हम तो खेलने के लिए भी तैयार नहीं है. तो मतलब देयर इज अ कॉस्ट टू इट, जिस पर आप अपनी चीजों को जो है वो नजरअंदाज कर सकते हो. इसीलिए मोहसिन नकवी बार बार ये कह रहे हैं जयशाह साहब को, ऑफिशियली अनऑफिशियली, फोन कॉल, स्काइप कॉल, वीडियो कॉल, जो करना है, फेस टाइम करना है करो, बट उनकी बात एक ही है कि मुझे कुछ ऐसा दे दो कि मैं मुंह दिखाने लायक रहूं अपने देश में, क्योंकि मेरी सरकार भी वहां पर अंडर प्रेशर है। सामने वाली जो पार्टी है उसकी पॉपुलैरिटी बढ़ रही है। वो जो शख्स था जो पिछले बार प्रधानमंत्री था, जिसका नाम इमरान खान है, वो जेल के अंदर से भी चीजों को जो है वो बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से हमारे अगेंस्ट कर रहा है। तो अगर ये नेशनलिस्टिक, हाइपर नेशनलिस्टिक एजेंडा हम नहीं केटर कर पाए अपने लोगों के सामने, तो हम चले जाएंगे। तो मोहसिन नकवी को भी आपको अगर एक, इसको सिर्फ मैं एक न्यूट्रल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोलूं तो मोहसिन नकवी के आगे गड्ढा है और पीछे खाई है। वो जो भी फैसला लेंगे नुकसान मोहसिन नकवी का ही होने वाला है। एक क्रिकेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की तरह सोचते हैं और हाइब्रिड मॉडल को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं तो सरकार जाती है, सरकार की सुनते हैं तो यहाँ पर क्रिकेट जाता है। तो वो कुछ भी कर ले, उनको तो डूबना ही डूबना है। ये बात तो आप लिख कर ले लीजिए। सो उनके हाथ में है कि वो क्या मानते हैं। अगर वो जय शाह साहब के सामने क्लोज क्वार्टर्स की जो मीटिंग है विदाउट इन्वॉल्विंग एनी अदर बोर्ड मेंबर, अगर वो उनको लाए बिना इस तरह की चीजों पर मान जाते हैं तो ठीक है, कुछ मिल जाएगा। अगर वो वोटिंग पे जाते हैं तो फिर खाली हाथ आए थे खाली हाथ जाएंगे।
So, Gargi, whatever it is, you don't want to be Mohsin Naqvi at this point in time because you've done so much bravado. You've built it up. You've set up a narrative that I will be the protector and savior of the Pakistan Cricket Board and I will come back with whatever. Ultimately, जो situation रोहित ने अभी describe कर रहा था, either A or B, whatever it is, you stand to lose face because whatever you say, you are not going to get your irrational demands met by anyone. And that leaves the Pakistan YouTube community and the Pakistan media, which has been masquerading as cheerleaders of Mohsin Naqvi, something I keep saying without being objective and rational, that media will also lose face because ultimately the PCB stands to lose ground within the corridors of power of the ICC. Gargi.
Absolutely, and that's the reason why, to save face from its own people, that PCB is going around and making these demands. Because even if one of them is met, PCB can go back and say at least this happened. If the Champions Trophy did not go away, if India did not come to Pakistan, at least this was, one demand could be a saving grace for Mohsin Naqvi or PCB, but that's not happening. And it won't happen. On top of that, when your former captain is coming out and saying that you have not paid the women's cricketers for the past 5 months, how do you save face there? And then on top of that, then you say that we'll not send the women's team to India for the World Cup and take away an incredible opportunity that most of these cricketers will only have once or twice in their life, if they're lucky enough. So, when we talk about saving face, I don't think PCB has anything at this point.
Shomik, final 3 minutes on the show. Where is the face saver? Rohit gave us two options. Neither is a face saver. Gargi beautifully outlined. They don't have anything at this point. Where is the face saver? Can you figure out something? Can you figure out something that you can then become the intelligence advisor to the PCB and to Mohsin Naqvi?
I mean, I can't figure out something. What I know, Mohsin Naqvi went to Mubashir Usmani of the Emirates Cricket Board, asking him, requesting that you have a word with the BCCI people, Mr. Jay Shah, and tell him that our demands are fair. But Mubashir Usmani, he got a snub. I mean, I will not say snub is a very strong word, but he was politely told that this is not possible. He went to the Emirates Cricket Board also. So the fact of the matter is that I don't know what face-saving formula he will come up with in the next 48 hours. I don't want to put myself in his shoes at the moment.
No, I would expect better from you than putting yourself in Mohsin Naqvi's shoes. I'd really expect better. You can put yourself in Mama's shoes. That will allow you a mango lassi in Adelaide. Absolutely in Mama's shoes.
Of course.
Mama is a star who has mango lassi and walks around in Adelaide as a complete champion. So you can do that. Okay, let's close the show. Tomorrow morning 8:30, folks. Or yes, tomorrow morning 8:30, 9:30 start. 8:30 in the morning we are back for the Pink Day Test, Border-Gavaskar Trophy, perhaps the defining test match of this particular series. If India wins this, then Australia is gone. Because then the series is well and truly gone. If Australia makes a comeback, it becomes interesting. Will it be Ashwin? Will it be Washington Sundar? Will it be Akashdeep? Will it be Harshit Rana? Rohit Sharma, number 5 or number 6? KL Rahul at the top. This Indian side looking confident. Australia, will they be able to come back? Plenty of questions. Far easier answers to get here than trying to figure out what Mohsin Naqvi and his intelligence advisors want.
Will both of them play?
That is, Hanji?
Will both of them play?
Will which both? Akashdeep and Harshit.
Ashwin and Sundar.
Ashwin and Sundar, okay. Rohit Juglan loves his mystery. He's creating a mystique around the Indian team and says, will both of them play?
Well, it's too hot here.
Too hot.
Too hot. It will break down, I think. It's too hot here.
Adelaide, 38 today. 38 degrees today is what the temperature was. Baking hot. We will have to see what team India goes with. So plenty to talk about tomorrow morning, folks. These people will be there. 53,500 people expected. So watch Rev Sports Hindi, English, Bangla in the morning. Join us around 8:30 in the morning. You can watch the notification. Gargi will put it out, and we will all be live, building up to what is perhaps the defining test match of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy. For the moment, Rohit Juglan, Shomik Chakraborty, Gargi Rao, to everybody watching, thank you very much. Devashish will have his mango lassi and chill out because he's the rock star of Adelaide. He's taken over Adelaide. He's got his own fan following. And as we
Don
know...
Bradman's cousin.
Huh?
Don Bradman ke cousin.
I think
Exactly.
Devashish.
He had gone to Bradman's house today.
He was
Sorry,
saying
Bolo.
that Don Bradman का म्यूजियम बना दिया, मेरा फोटो क्यों नहीं लगाया है?
ये देखो.
नहीं, रोहित, ये बात है कि no one since Don Bradman has made his mark such an imprint in the city of churches in Adelaide. No one since
last time क्या हुआ? Let's close. सुनो ये. Let's close with this story. Last time we had gone to Bowral, which is Bradman's house. So वहां जाके it became very dark and lightning started. So all of a sudden I see Devashish running to a cricket ground and looking towards heaven. ऐसे दिख रहा है. So I said, यार क्या कर रहा है? Lightning हो रहा है अंदर आ. He said, sir, Don is talking to you. I could not speak. I was completely taken aback. I said, what? He said, lightning, Don Bradman is talking to me. On that note, the show has to end because now I can't speak anymore. Gargi, Shomik, Rohit, thank you very much for joining.